Alright, y'all, what we're going to talk about today is an old, I believe it to be a cauterization machine. It may be an electroshock therapy machine, but I'm reasonably convinced it's for surgery for cauterization to keep bleeding. It does appear to say that it cuts, so I'm assuming it's some kind of a surgical tool that self-cauterizes. These are the instructions that came with it, and they're every bit as old as it is. For cutting, have control at least at 3. For cutting, always step on control before point is, what is that, applied? No. Yeah, anyway. For coagulation, cut control down to 2 and cut contact tissue before putting on foot switch. Before putting on? You mean pressing, but okay, that's the way you wrote it. And that's from Mr. William H. Maitler at Cameron Surgical Company, Cedar Road, Chesterland, Ohio. And I'm going to be honest, this is a very dangerous tool. It's not one that I like messing with, but they are convertible for other purposes. This one, though, I know of the Museum of Medical Oddities that if a lady here in town doesn't want it, because she collects such things too, I'm going to donate it to the museum. It came with everything. It's all intact. I guess that's the plate you tape to the body or whatever. That looks like, okay, that's pinchers, tweezers, whatever you want to call them, and that looks like it's a tip on it. So that goes with the interchangeable tips. There's the foot switch and the main power cord, and that all plugs in back here. The one post is a little bit bent, but I can straighten that out. I'm kind of afraid to. This is old. It may have been bent several times, and I'm trying to, like I say, I'm going to be giving this to the museum. Wow, that is on there tight too. Just that goes in the corner like that, with its wires above it. And I have all the extra, I'm not sure if they're all of them, but I have all of the extra tips that this particular doctor would have used. There they are. So those tips would go in that tip holder we seen a minute ago. And there's another tweezy ones. More tweezy ones. Cutting one. More cutting ones. And that looks like a really hot tip. I could probably solder off that bastard. Ooh. There's one with a scalpel, mini scalpel on it. So, and this was pretty nice set back in its day. I'm going to try and find the right, I think I have vintage actual sleeves for that. For each of these pieces, I'm not sure. That's a job for one of my kid buddies that can still walk around good and get up and down in the warehouse. And there's a little clicky thing in there for the drawer. This is really well made for, I mean, everything back then. Little clicky thing for the drawer that keeps it clicked in. I like that. High quality. 50,000 cycles. Let's see if we can read that back. So what do we got? 50 to 60 cycle in for DC use converter. Cameron Surgical Specialty Company, Chicago, even though this one, the note was from somebody in Ohio. Frequency in kilocycles. Oh, 5,000, not 50,000, 5,000. I thought I read 50,000 back there. Apparently the serial number is registered and all that. Tube I'm going to leave. Because that's got an original type style base. It's not that white shit like the newer ones, so I'm going to leave that there. So all I've got are newer ones with the white shit. And it does come on. Ground, and then your active tip, I'm assuming. Bipolar for coagulation. Bipolar kind of sounds like my ex-wife, but okay, we'll go with that for coagulation. Anyway, that's it. It's Cameron. I'm assuming the vintage to be mid to late 30s, maybe 40s. It's still in that Art Deco style, but it's knurled too, and that usually means mid 30s into the 40s, right into the beginning of World War II, somewhere in there. I might even be older than that. I don't know without doing a whole lot of digging. And so far on this one, all I've done is pop the top, looked at the circuit. There's probably no way I can pull schematics at this point in time. Don't need them anyway, but anyway, that's that. I figured I'd show it to you, and like I say, it's already claimed. It's not for sale. If the local gal doesn't take it, then I've already got a museum that will, so we'll holler at y'all later. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. This is something that I'm just now digging into. Oddity medical equipment. I have no idea why I'm starting to see a lot of it, but I am. And a lot of it's usable in other fields, and a lot of it is like this, belongs in a museum. Anyway, we'll holler at y'all later.